what, but I know we are family. I know it, I know it, I know it. We are family. I got my mother, my brother, my sister, and lover. We are family. I know it, I know it, I know it. We are family. I said I know it. Yeah, yeah. We are family. We are family. We are family. Know it, I know it, I know it. We are family. I know it. You're probably sitting there on your own. You're probably listening to the sound, pumping all over your radio, and suddenly you feel out of joy, joy. Hey, you're singing along, the song comes in, you don't care, just carry on. You're probably sitting there on your own. You're probably listening to the sound, it's pumping all over your radio, and suddenly you feel a lot of joy. Kind of feeling full of body, sense of feeling. I got joy in my heart, I got love in my heart, and I got joy in my heart. And you know it's the kind of feeling full of body, sense of healing. I got joy in my heart, got love in my heart, I got joy in my heart.
Sebendalo anditia ya bulela mapi inga wenu sister nasa akukweni mtanda yo njengawe mama wamdia bulela mapi inga sister nasa. I'm saying this because
we are family.
I know it, I know it, I know it.
We are family.
I got my mother, my father, my sister, my lover.
We are family.
I know it, I know it, I know it.
We are family. A family. We are family. We are family.
Oh, I feel it deep
oh, we are family. We are family. Family.
Natanda sumesi andamulela Jemuke namtepseni Ilana gatepseni Hamada yekaweni Natanda sumesi andamulela Usanitinile
I got joy in my heart, and you know it's the kind of feeling full of body, sense of healing. I got joy in my heart, I got love in my heart, and I got joy in my heart. And you know it's the kind of feeling full of body, sense of healing. I got joy in my heart, got love in my heart, I got joy in my heart. We are family.
I got my mother, my father, my sister, my
we are family.
I know it, I know it, I know it.
We are family. Family. We are family. Good morning. Welcome to today's program, Creating Joy, and much more. Good morning, Belkis. Are you ready to create some joy today?
Yes, good morning. I'm definitely ready to create some joy.
Excellent. Let's start by sharing the quote of the day. And the quote of today says, "When we are able to look beyond appearances and to behold that which we truly are, we recognize that our essence is interwoven with the divine and that we exist as one of its expressions." Alexandra Katehakis shares this.
You know, actually, I think this is what is right now happening as we speak in the world because uh, basically we have to go deeper than what appearances are. And it's being very difficult for some people. Why? Because we are so used to appearances.
Yep.
We need to look good. Everything is on the outside, and we seldom or we hardly go inside.
We don't even there's people that don't even believe there is anything inside. There's people that actually believe that all there is what you can see and what you can prove that it exists and it's there. So there's a large group that really doesn't believe in a possibility or a theory that there is more on the inside, and then we are in essence all interwoven and connected, and we're all one.
You see, whoever thinks that, I really think it's interesting because you see, if there was nothing in there, how come we think? How come we feel? Yet we don't see our thoughts, we don't see our emotions. So, where do they come from?
Well, I had this talk with someone, and they said it's based on experience and memory and data that you have collected through your life. So there's always an explanation.
How come you find nowadays, and I'm glad that that is happening, that you have people that actually are 4 years old, 5 years old, and they know how to play an instrument without even going to any classes or anything, and they can do it. So that tells me that there's got to be something more than just memory.
Yes, I agree with you. You don't have to convince me. However, I'm just saying, we are in a world right now where there is so much division based on people not being able to go beyond appearances. That's what we're discussing right now. Is this quote of Alexandra Katehakis that says that we are in our essence interwoven with the divine. However, what happens with this group of people that really actually doesn't believe it? I know for sure that whether you believe it or not, it still makes you interwoven with the divine. So it's not a question of if you believe there is something beyond appearances, beyond what our eye sees, or if you don't believe it. It's like when they ask you if that tree has fallen in the woods and you weren't there, did it fall? Yes, it fell. Okay, so it's the same with this. You're still interwoven with the divine, whether you believe it or not. And I believe for such people, life will take care of its course of itself. So they will have to live through certain experiences in life to become aware that you are more than what you appear to be.
You see, I'm going to share something that actually happened yesterday. And by the way, I'm not convincing you. I know your belief system. But you see, this story yesterday made me think very hard. And I'm going to tell it why. I had a person telling me about her mom that passed away, actually this year. And her mom was a very structured person, very structured, even in her belief. And I know what I'm going to say. Some people might think, it's far fetched. But you see, what happens is this, that you have some people that can hear souls. So she tells me that she had a dream. And in that dream, her mom tells her, you know what? what your it's actually the aunts practice, universal energy, and they're very, very spiritual. And she was very religious. And she told me that now her mom told her in this dream, you know, that to look into everything, do not be so structured and limited. And why I said it made me think, I said, imagine that somebody has to leave their body in order to then realize more what life is all about.
Yes, that's the pity. I think that's why I say it would be better. It would be best if we, when we read something like this, that when we are able to look beyond appearances, um, and to behold that which we truly are, we recognize that our essence is interwoven with the divine, and that we exist as one of its expressions. If we're able to read this and say, yes, it makes sense. Yes, yes, I
I
agree.
can relate to
I can
that.
relate with
Yeah.
this. um, your mind is open. You know, you're accepting this statement. However, what I say is, when there's people that the only thing that they believe is what their eyes can see, and that's why they put so much value on how things appear. That's why they cannot value what is intangible. It is a pity that life has to take its course. Like you said, life will make you go through certain experiences, like the story that you just shared, where you come to realize that, okay, there is more to life than what my eyes can see.
You know, I also believe that they have not emphasized enough our divinity.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, we have been demonized as people, and you don't see yourself as an expression of the divine. Imagine if we would teach this to children since small, that they are a divine being and that their expressions are just an expression of the divine. I believe people would be different because we are not then thinking, and this is something that also dawned on me. It's like, you know, people think that I keep holding on to what I did wrong, to what went wrong with me, to the negativity. And I'm like, why don't you move forward? Why don't you realize, leave alone your guilt, leave alone what people have made you believe? And why do we have, I feel that there is a struggle for people to accept that I am divine and that I exist as an expression of it.
Yes, I agree with you totally. You know, when we uh, want to how you call it, guide um, young adults or children into building up their self-esteem, we tend to give them affirmations, like phrases, positive phrases, where they can say, I am kind, I am smart, you know. But there is never a phrase like, I am
Right,
divine.
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
I am divine,
Yes,
I am special, I am,
yeah,
you know, there's not that we should be including that, because why do we value so much I am smart? Uh,
exactly.
because
Yeah.
we can value that, we can how you call it, it gives us an appearance again, it gives us something on the outside. But why can we not value I am divine?
You see, and if I have to choose between being a divine being and a smart person, you cannot be smart if you're not divine. As a matter of fact, because you are a divinity, you can express yourself as that one, which is in this case smart. But you see, we have made also people believe that being smart is of the chosen ones. Not everybody can be smart, as a matter of fact. You need to be very, very special in order for you to be smart, and that's not true.
Oh, we have that same misunderstanding with people that are interested in serving, or interested in developing this spirituality.
Just yesterday, I was having lunch with someone had said, "Yes, but this is not for everyone." And I'm saying,
Yeah.
well, everyone
Yeah.
has a heart, right? Everybody has a soul. Everybody has that heartbeat. Everybody is connected to that essence, that divine essence. So why not? This is for everybody. Spirituality and spiritual development is for everybody. But we still have people thinking it is not. It's
Mhm.
just some few crazy people that are interested in some mystical thing. They would go on a trip of finding out more about meditation, stuff like that, and they would want to maybe float out of the reality. And it's just for a few. We think that development of spirituality is just for a few.
You know, I can tell you one thing that, as a matter of fact, yesterday I was emphasizing this a lot, and I'm going to be emphasizing it even more. You know what 2020 has done is 2020 has actually forced people into believing, or at least questioning, if we are all that we are right now. People are getting, basically, not just softly being awakened, but I think they're getting a root awakening because of the year. And it's like we are not going to get over it until people start waking up. And what is waking up? Waking up is to realize that we are divine beings. And some people think that you are really living in a fantasy world by thinking that everybody's divine and every moment is divine. And I don't see why we have this tendency to really, you know, only emphasize in what is wrong. I have to say though, and yesterday you mentioned it, I'm gonna say it again. I am seeing people being more positive, and that is good.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go listen to a song and we'll be right back here in Creating Joy.
Then the rainstorm came over me, and I felt my spirit break. I had lost all of my belief, you see, and realized my mistake. But time threw a prayer to me, and all around me became still. I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me, now I see that I've been blind. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Through the rainstorm came sanctuary, and I felt my spirit fly. I had found all of my reality. I realized what it takes forsake. 'Cause love can help me know my name. Well, I tried to say there's nothing wrong, but inside I felt me lying all alone. But the message here was plain to see. Believe me. 'Cause I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me now. I see that I've been blind. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Oh, I don't beg, don't break. Show me how to live and promise me you won't forsake. 'Cause love can help me know my name. Love can help me know my name.
Thank you for listening to Creating Joy here on your Positive Radio.
So yes, we continue here in creating joy. The topic of today, we're going to be speaking about life. Um, life evolves. Those are, or to live and to evolve. To
Mm-hmm.
live and to evolve, or universal spiritual and material laws. So this means that it is valid for all living creature. Everything that lives actually is living and is evolving. These laws are applicable to human beings, to all species ever created, to all species that live. In our life, we receive lessons, opportunities for us to grow, for us to live, for us to evolve. And this lesson will be continue being repeated for as long as we still have not learned them. Once we learn these lessons, then they stop. All of this with the sole purpose to help us evolve to the point that we reach wisdom and enlightenment. With these mental states, the highest mental states that the highest being wants to teach us directly from this.
You know, today I read a quote and it was interesting because it says, and apparently it's from the Buddha, and it said that silence is the language of the soul. And I stopped and I thought, I'm like, if you live and evolve, what are the lessons that we need to learn? And I see they're lessons of love, of compassion, of caring. And you see, I am glad that now we're talking more about compassion and we're talking more about caring for another. And yet I see that it's like we have a problem being beings of kindness. And it's like kindness and caring has been always seen as somebody that is weak and soft, and while if you are harsh, then yes, you're strong. And I say it's time for us to change that, because if I live to evolve, what is it that I'm evolving towards?
I think it all started with this theory of survival of the
Yeah.
fittest. Everything started there, where again, what do we value? What do we praise? We praise strength, we praise power, we praise, that's what we're going for. So yes, mostly people think of kindness, it's a nice acquisition, it's a nice characteristic. However, it's nice, it's not like essential, it's not very important. We do not give it its honor or its place, because it really won't get you anywhere in life compared to, strength and power and leadership skills and all of that. So yes, that's the human world we've created for ourselves to live in.
Could you imagine going to school and they give you a grade for how caring are you, and how
There's some
kind are
schools
you?
that are starting to do that. I
You
know the
know,
Montessori system is actually starting to do that right now. It's developing, it's giving more, how you call it, recognition to these, let's call them soft skills for a while.
okay, I think they are virtues, because you see, it's being virtuous for you to be kind, and for you to really look at the good side of people and how you express yourself and how you treat people, because it has never been emphasized on how we treat each other. Yet I saw something, and I know you're gonna go with this conversation here. It's like, why is it that people, when they start actually developing spiritually, evolving, having lessons, they find themselves with a love story. I'm going to call it love story. And because of this love story, according if it goes sour or not, they will stop their development or the evolution based on what they have experienced in a relationship. And I don't know why is it that we don't understand. Look, even a relationship, because when you're going to start evolving and living life, you're going to start looking good. It's like your energy all of a sudden increases. And yes, you're going to attract people, but this attraction should not be a limitation.
I think there's many hidden agendas when people start to develop, individually, spiritually, personally. When people start to develop it, you think you want to be a better person, you want to help people, you want to serve, you want your life to have purpose. It all sounds great, and there's been so many books that sold so well, telling you that, this is really what you should want. However, there's many, how we call it, deeply ingrained um, needs that have been put in all of us. I think what society tells you that you need, what tradition, family, culture, religion, all of these factors tell you that you need all of this. So once you start developing spiritually, you come to confront these various levels of influence as well. It happens like simultaneously, like in parallel. So, yes, you are becoming more aware of your essence, you are becoming a kinder human being, but at the same time, you're having to let go of these layers of influence that came from the area of your education, of your family, of your society. All of these influences also need to be taken away or challenged in some way or form. And I think that's the parallel, that's the process of spiritual development, where yes, once you start to develop spiritually, as you said, your energy increases, your mind is clear, you tend to have a smile on your face, whether you're intending to smile or not, but you seem different, and that attracts people. However, once that attraction hits home, at the same time, you need to deal with that program inside of you
Yeah.
that where you were told since you were 6 or 7 year old that by the age of 30 you should already have been married and have at least one child. Otherwise, something is wrong with you. So all of this is going on and is happening on the inside at the same time. And I don't think that, for me, like I explained yesterday in the Papiamento program, I try to put things in perspective, in everything in a like in a box. And I know you cannot put life into a box, but it helps me to keep it a little bit organized in my mind. And I say, okay, this area is overlapping with that area, and that's why I'm reacting like this. So then I know it's not just one area that I need to tackle, but I know that it's my old belief systems or shooting programs inside of me at the same time as my soul wants my body to learn a certain lesson and become wiser.
You know, it, I think that that is basically people trying to figure out things, and somehow we don't realize that yes, we are hungry for affection, hungry for so many things. And you cannot start a relationship with hungry, I mean being hungry, because if you are starting like that, and it doesn't matter, by the way, you're saying only like in situations that I know, men and men, women and women. Yesterday I was talking to somebody, I said, you know what, I have come to one conclusion: relationships really need to become a major thing in working at it. Why? And I'm talking relationships in general. First of all, how do you relate to yourself?
You know, relationship has been misspelled all of our lives.
Mhm.
They're missing an A. So it should be REA, real
Mhm.
relationship. We should be real. And for you to be real, you need to know who you are. Before you
Exactly.
even before you even start to relate with others, you need to know your true self, who you really are. When you can be real, then you know how to be kind to another human being, how to be compassionate, how to be empathetic, how to be understanding. But as long as you are faking, that fake comes out of necessity. You think something inside of you thinks that you need to be a certain way, or need to act a certain way, you need to do a certain way in order to get something. So when you're faking, it has a lot to do with selfishness, you being selfish, because otherwise, why would you fake being something that you're not?
But you said it. I mean, the person needs something. You see, but because you don't know yourself, you think that whatever you need, somebody else has to give it to you.
That's true.
And nobody's going to give it to
And
you.
that is spiritual development that happens when you start to develop. That's why I said it's parallel roads. It's many things, not two, three, four, five. It's many things happening at the same time when you start to develop spiritually. And all of these layers and layers that have been put inside of us, all of these things that we have come to believe that we need them in our lives, all of these programs start to shoot at the same time, and you are confronted with it. Why does life do this to you? It is for your process of evolution. It is for you to become wiser. However, as you said, many people get distracted by this, and even some even stop or slow down their process of
Yes.
spiritual development because of these factors.
Mhm. And you see, I had also a client say, you know, I saw you on TV and you were talking about an orange, because in Spanish there is this saying that I want my half, my other half, and my other half they also symbolize it by the half of the orange. And I say, no, I don't want half an orange. I want the whole orange. Why do I want the whole orange? Because you see, a person that is whole, that knows themselves, that have lived, that have evolved, that is growing, that is looking for wisdom, that is looking for enlightenment, is somebody that does not come out of a need. It, this person comes out of sharing,
Right.
sharing who he or she has developed to be.
Because
Because,
when there is no need, you don't get frustrated if a person does something or does not do
or if
something.
it messages you or doesn't message you, or
You
call you
know,
or not call you, or whatever,
when there is a need, it's an indication that you're being self. It's about you. It's not. It has nothing to do
with
with
other.
being in a real
Mm.
relationship. It's not real. There's something fake about this. So it should be an indication. When I see people get so mad at each other or so frustrated, you just want to stop, press pause and try to explain to them. Like there was this movie that Adam Sandler made a couple years
Yeah,
ago called
click.
Click, and I would give everything for that remote, where you go and when you see people discussing or having a confrontation with each other, and it can be a romantic relationship, but it can also be like a relationship between friends or between colleagues or sisters or brothers, whatever. When I see people discussing, I would want to just press pause and go and whisper in their ears what is actually going on, because all of these discussions and these frustrations and these anger has nothing to do with the other person. Never. It never has nothing to do with the other person. What the other person has just done is actually do you a favor. That other person standing in front of you that you are screaming at has just pushed a button of a necessity, a program, a lie, a fake lie that life has made you believe about yourself or about things. And when that person in front of you pressed that button, you got so frustrated, you reacted. Now, if you can press pause in that moment and go inside and challenge that belief that just sparked, that was just triggered, when you challenge it, you can change it. And once you change that belief inside of you, you're free of that belief. And now that you're free, you're no longer in that box of thinking anymore. Now you're not in that box of suffering anymore. Now you're actually evolved.
And I need to mention that in order for you to do what Sharon is saying, you will have only the capacity and the power to do it if you think that this what's happening inside of you is not only happening inside of you, it's happening also inside of humanity. And if you think that you need to change this and you are going to do it because you are helping humanity, you're serving humanity, you will change whatever is going on inside of you.
That is true. That is. I think again the importance of realizing, being aware that we are not disconnected, that we are all one, and that the whole totality is within us. And whatever it is that we are living, each and every experience is an opportunity for all of us to evolve. I cannot evolve alone. That's the thing. That's once you start to develop to understanding who you really are, and you start to relate to others, you do this out of a perspective that we are all one. Everything is inside me, everything is inside you, and whatever we do is impacting the totality.
And when you do that, okay, you're going to see that you're going to evolve and you're going to live life from another perspective. Because what is one of the lessons that we need to learn? That we are not alone and we're not separate. That whatever happens inside of me is happening inside of humanity. And if I take the courage to change it for me, but thinking about us, then the change will take place.
That is true. Let's go listen to a song. This has become one of my favorite songs lately. It was actually a listener that recommended this song. I like the words. I like the lyrics. So let's go listen to a song, and we'll be right back here in Creating Joy.
Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People done gone crazy. People done gone mad. People done forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate and look for the good in everyone and celebrate all our mistakes if there's a silver lining. You still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you're searching for a purpose, guided by a dream. I see who you are, and just like you. I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. I keep on trying, when it gets frightening. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone is nature. Everyone is God. Everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good. Look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes, and maybe they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good. Look for the good. Life sure would be sweeter if everybody would. Look for the good in everything. Look for for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Look for the good in everything. Look for the good. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone.
Listen to Creating Joy here on your Positive Radio every Tuesday, starting at 8:30 in the morning, Aruba time.
Yes, we're continuing here in creating joy. And it just came to my mind, Belkis, that if there wasn't any coronavirus or COVID 19, probably today we would be in a plane.
Yes.
We would be heading
Yes.
to India.
Yes.
So, what is there going to be? Because the decision has fallen to not travel to India. India's on lockdown right now. Aruba is also in, how do you call it?
Curfew. We have curfews.
Yeah, we have curfews. Everything is. I think the world is just like they shook everything up, and we need to do some soul searching. However, the event in India is still on the go. We're still it's still planned to take place. However, online on a virtual level.
Yes. I say that India has a very rich and spiritual, I say, life and culture. People there are really, I mean, yes, now we have many billionaires there. We have many, I mean, many people in poverty, but there are some people that have sacrificed, really sacrificed, in order to develop spirituality. And I say, you know what? That is a country that has a lot of things to offer. And I think that I am so glad that we continued with the event in a virtual way, because you see, it will be like stealing from ourselves. We're stealing the opportunity to interact, to
If you didn't go through with it.
exactly, and know more about all what people, how do they think. And you see, in the case of universal energy, it is great because you see different perspectives. You can actually interact with other people and know how they actually apply this philosophy. And for me, it's great that we are going through with it. And I say, yes, if it wasn't for COVID, we would be on the plane. Actually, we started making plans and everything had to stop. But you see, we took the decision to just say, okay, we're going to continue with this. Why? Because spirituality cannot stop. You see, life is about evolving, and we need to start evolving together.
There is an opportunity in this. I think if life is giving us this to do this event on a virtual way, it is an opportunity that life is giving us to evolve in a certain direction. And as I said in the past, as soon as the borders are open, as soon as it is, we get a clear okay to travel, we'll probably still
Organize ourselves and go.
or go ourselves as a group, and we will be traveling to India. But what does India have? Well, that would, I think I'm gonna save that question for Saturday, because my gosh, it's like the crib, the of spiritual development of humanity. It's like it's something special boiling from
It's
that country.
actually their religion. The Bhagavad Gita is a book that it's coming from Hinduism, and it's almost 4,000 years old. And you see,
But there's many religions being practiced in India as well. So
yes,
it's like spirituality, not religion, but spirituality is,
have chosen that
yeah,
country.
it's like
Yeah.
it's chosen that country to develop itself. I can remember someone asking the Master Dang, of the Master of Universal Energies School, how come in certain countries there's many students of universal energy, while in other countries there's so few, so little. And he used to answer that it had to do with the fate and destiny of that country. And if I would go and compare like India and the population of India, and China and the
Hmm.
population of China, India, I think, I'm not sure, I don't dare say this, but I think it is one of the countries where there are most universal energy students. I think it's one of the
Yes,
biggest.
yes, it's one of the
One
biggest.
of them, yes.
Because
And China, I think, has
actually,
is the.
China is the first country with the highest population.
Mhm,
The second one is India, and
mhm.
India is the one who has the most of universal energy.
Exactly, and China has, I think, one student.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
few, very few.
really, even compared to China, it's basically nothing.
Right.
And one thing I like too, that it's the cradle of
Mhm,
Buddha and Hinduism, and as you say, there is Christianity. There is so much to offer there, and what I like is that how people through the centuries have depended on India.
mhm,
Okay, and India has a lot of knowledge, even when they were, I mean, the British is not a secret. The British were there, and you see they wanted to kind of how can I say, conquer
mm,
everything, and they could not change the people's belief. The way it's like India is like it was never touched, and
mm,
that's not really true, because that's why they drink tea and they speak a British type of English, but the spirituality of it is very rich.
yes.
It's very rich, and I think for us, I think we were spared. To be honest with you,
Mm,
why were we spared? Because I don't know if most of us here on the island are used to the kind of poverty.
mm,
You see, when I see people here complaining of what is going on right now. I say in India, I mean, people really have nothing. And, you know, they still are happy. And there is a contentment. And, it's like, and we notice it because it's even funny because we had two visitors. Exactly, it's going to be a year already.
mhm.
And how they say yes, they shake their head like very funny, in a funny way, and in the beginning we were like, okay, what are they
Are
saying,
they saying yes
no
or
or
no?
no?
Mhm,
We
mhm,
don't know. And when they were shaking their head, it actually were saying yes,
mhm.
that they are in agreement, and it's men and women do the same thing. So it's a very rich culture. It has a lot to offer, and I am so honored that we have connected with them in such a profound way. And that, yes, this weekend, the ones that are in universal energy, from the basic level all the way to level 20, they have an opportunity to interact, ask questions, and learn together, because that's another thing. I was saying it in the Papiamento radio program, and I'm going to say it in this one too. People think that they can grow alone. You
Mm,
cannot.
right.
You cannot. You have to hold hands together and grow together, because the growth is faster, it is more profound, and you evolve faster.
And it is selfless.
Exactly.
It is selfless. It serves the totality. It serves
Exactly.
humanity.
And as a group, it's like you get bodies together, and it's like you are merging all these souls and bodies in one big huge energy vortex or energy ball, and that is what you're contributing to humanity.
Right. I am looking forward, actually. I'm very, very excited about this event that will take place Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
For us, it will be early in the morning.
Yeah.
For St. Louis, it will gonna be even earlier.
Yes. Yes.
I hope that Universal Energy students listening to this program,
Yeah.
if you have
Hopefully.
not applied yet, please do apply as soon as possible. Like in the different countries that are participating, people can apply in their own country. Like here in Aruba, you
Uh-huh.
can sign up with Mel Center of Aruba. In India, you can sign up with Mel Trust in India.
Yes.
I think they closed their application already, or are they
I
still open?
I think, but I think if there's somebody still that comes, I mean,
Right.
we will not say no.
And if you're anywhere else in the world and you're listening to the program and you would want to still apply to participate this weekend, you can go through the HOE faculty, right?
Exactly.
So
HOA
there
faculty
you
is
can
the one.
apply to participate this coming weekend. What I'm excited about is actually the opportunity to, like you said, hold hands together with all kinds of levels in the school
Mm-hmm.
and all kinds of people of all different cultures, and looking beyond our differences and looking for what we have in common, which is this spiritual development based on universal energy method. And I am looking forward to getting some answers, some questions answered, because it's going to be in the spur of the moment. There's going to be so many questions. I got a chance to see a little bit of the list. They India Maltrust actually put out a link where you can go there and you can put your questions, whatever, any kind of
The question.
questions you might have
Yeah.
pertaining to this UE method, to spiritual develop, to universal energy. You can ask any kind of question. And you guys, there's going to be like 2-3 panelists,
Three panelists.
and you're going to be answering these questions. And what I like also is there's the opportunity to ask questions live, but also in an anonymous way. So
Yes.
even if you have like embarrassing questions or questions that you wouldn't want to ask in person, there's a way that you're going to be able to ask these questions anonymously and still get your answers.
Correct. And I think that is a great opportunity. And there you see that, we need to be transparent, and we're coming out of the point that, it's about time we hold hands and we grow together and we learn together. Very important. Because when people come together, something unbelievable and magical happens. I remember when actually every time we organize something, even here on the island, when we get together and we organize something, like last week, I said, you know what, let's practice something that we called contemplation, and we did it. And even yesterday, again, some people were asking me, I mean, are we still continuing? I said, no, it was only for 3 days. And I extended it to one. And there you see that people see the benefit of
Working together.
Exactly.
Yes, doing
Exactly.
group work. Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely. So we'll see each other this coming Saturday. So I hope everyone really signs up, and
Yeah.
so that we can have a great event together. Let's go now do the morning inner size. The morning inner size. Sit comfortably and just listen to the words in your mind.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. I forgive me. I thank you and I love you.
I'm sorry, remember.
許してね Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. 愛してるよ。魔法の言葉。神様からの
不思議な響き。
一人一人への贈り物。
Yes, and now we've reached the end of the program of today, so we'd like to thank you for your audience and also wish you a day filled with joy and happiness. Anything else you want to add,
Yes,
Belkis?
let's please remember that we are divine beings and we are experiencing, okay, this divinity through our actions.
All right, so see you back in English next week, Tuesday, and tomorrow we'll be back in Papiamento. Bye-bye.